You need to make sure that you are able to have the belief and hope for young people, and also that you're on your own journey of personal development. So our Worth It Coach training course is accredited by the Association for Coaching, which is an internationally recognised accreditation body for coaches. What do you need to do to become a life coach to work with young people? What are the practical steps that you need to take to either use coaching in your work or become a coach that works with young people? So the first thing is you need to be the right type of person. You need to make sure that you are able to have the belief and hope for young people, and also that you're on your own journey of personal development. You can't coach young people unless you've experienced being coached yourself and believe in coaching as an approach. So one of the reasons people usually come to my coach training course is because they've had professional coaching themselves, and then they've realised that this would really benefit the young people that I'm working with and supporting. They just want to know how to coach young people because there is some nuance to it compared to coaching adults. The next thing to think about is, do I have access to young people who I can coach, either through my job where I'm working with the young people all the time, or through my own independent practice where I have networks that I can tap into where young people are available and that can access my support. The next thing to think about is, how are you going to train to coach young people? Although coaching is not a regulated industry, unfortunately, and anyone could call themselves a coach, for ethical and credibility reasons, it's really important that you look at a reputable training provider like us to learn how to coach young people. One of the other alternatives that you might be looking at is training to be a coach in general. So usually coaching courses are aimed at executive coaching or adult coaching or life coaching for adults. And actually coaching young people has some degree of nuance to it, because young people are going through a developmental stage during adolescence where a lot of changes are happening in their brain and their body, where we need to take that into consideration and adapt and nuance our approach to coaching based on the needs of the young people that we're working with. So although I did a course that was a master's degree in coaching psychology with positive psychology, I had to actually learn and adapt a lot of what I learned to be able to coach young people. So then I developed that through practical know-how and experience into a whole toolkit of resources and strategies and tools to help you learn how to coach young people with the specific differences and understanding that meets their needs. So one particular approach that's slightly different when learning to coach young people is awareness of goal setting. So in order for it to be coaching, it does have to have some degree of goal setting to it. So the approach that we use is solution-focused positive psychology coaching, where we're helping young people identify their goals and break them down into small achievable action steps. However, many of the young people that we work with, or that my organisation trains practitioners to work with, come from very complex backgrounds or have experienced trauma. So we have to have a more nuanced and trauma-informed approach to goal setting. And young people's goals tend not to be very future focused. They tend to be very present focused, because young people's brains are not quite developed enough to either think that far ahead, or it can be very triggering for them to think about a goal that's too far away. So we have a different range of techniques around goal setting that are still very coaching, but also help meet the needs of the young people that are coming to that coaching intervention. So the moving them forward might be moving them in tiny incremental baby action steps forward to feel better or feel calmer or use a coping strategy. In a nutshell, coaching young people is different to coaching adults, and you do need a nuanced understanding that takes on board the adolescent development stages young people are going through, and helps you understand the different coaching skills and resources and how to meet those needs. You might have already trained in coaching and want a more of a niche understanding of supporting young people. You might have done developmental coaching in your job, where you've learned to do co-coaching with colleagues around professional development, and realizing that coaching is something that will really benefit from your students or from the young people that you're working with, and want to understand how to do that a lot more. Or you might be interested in the positive psychology coaching skills and tools, which are not always covered on normal mainstream coaching courses. Not every coach training covers positive psychology, or if it does, it might be 1 hour or a very short approach to positive psychology in a nutshell, rather than an in-depth positive psychology coaching solution focused course, which my coach training provides. What we've developed through the Worth It Coach training course is a fully accredited positive psychology coaching course for you to learn how to coach young people with a range of tools and resources and strategies that we know meet their needs, that is then offering you a structure and a process and a way of working that can really help engage young people in the coaching intervention or a coaching way of being, so that you can integrate that approach either into your work or set yourself up as an independent coach. The next thing to think about as a step towards becoming a coach who works with young people is accreditation. So accreditation is part of an industry standard that a lot of coaches work towards. Now, anyone can call themselves a coach. It isn't a regulated industry. However, because we're working with young people and you want to be an ethical practitioner and you want to be reputable, considering accreditation is something really important to think about. So our Worth It Coach training course is accredited by the Association for Coaching, which is an internationally recognised accreditation body for coaches. And our coach training course is 60 hours long, where it teaches you the positive psychology coaching approach that we've developed, that you learn through the process, the way of being, and all the skills and tools that you can then use to help you coach young people. You then reflect on that practice and do a number of coaching hours, which you log. Once you've got your accredited awarding coach training, you are then trained as a coach. Then the next step to think about is, do I want to become accredited? And do I want to be recognised by an external accrediting body as a coach? And the reason why people might do that is for their own confidence, for their own marketing reasons, for their own ethical practice, and for their own capability, and also for their own professional development and achievement, something that they want to feel proud of. Then you can stay on with us and work towards our Worth It Certified Coach program, which then tops up your accredited awarding coach training and complete a number of reflective pieces of work that you need to do to work towards accreditation. Once you've got that, you can feel confident and capable that you can call yourself a coach and promote your services as a coach. The most important thing is that you get started thinking about, is coaching something I want to do, and will it benefit the young people that I want to support and work with? So if you're ready to find out more about how coaching can really fit into your own personal and professional aims and aspirations, and how you can support young people through coaching, then apply now for my Worth It Coach training course. And you can book a one-to-one chat with me just to have a discussion about your own personal aims and aspirations and what you think doing the course will give you. I really look forward to reading your application and finding out more about you and how you want to use coaching in your work with young people. I look forward to hearing from you. So go over and visit our website or like and subscribe to this channel to find out a lot more about the work that we do.